Hi, everyone. I'm Sam Wilson Jr., and this is the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast, the music podcast on where I interview singers and musicians from genres of black music: gospel, jazz, blues, old school classic soul, old school hip hop, today's hip hop and R&B, Caribbean, Latin, Afrobeat, Afro-Latina, blue-eyed soul, disco, go-go, line dances, and the Lost 45s. So come with me as I take you on to a trip to the destination genre of black music right now on the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Legal Shield is a proud sponsor of the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Have you been involved in any types of accidents? Have you been a victim of identity theft? Have you been a victim of a computer fraud scam? Have you been in disputes with your tenants or landlords? If your loved one dies and they didn't write up a will for you or for your family, or you and your spouse are filing for divorce, or if you need help by opening up your small business, give Legal Shield a try. Visit their website at LegalShield.com and tell them you heard it here on the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Do it today. You'll be glad you did. I'm Sam Wilson Jr., creator and host of the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Now, before I bring up my special guest, I have good news to share with you. I have a new website, and you can look for it at the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast.com. That's right, folks. I have a new website called the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast.com. If you have a computer, laptop, notebook, or if you have a desktop computer and it has either MSN or AOL, make sure you type in the name of my podcast website, the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast.com. And if you have Google on your smartphone, make sure you type in the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast.com. That's where you find all of my news blogs, or whatever you want to call it. That's where I tell you what's going to be on the next episode for the entire month. So please check out my website and please pass it on. Make sure you check out my website, the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast.com. That's the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast.com. In the meantime, enjoy today's episode and thank you for your support. Welcome to the Black Soul Music Experience. I'm Sam Wilson Jr., and I have a special guest on my show, and it's today's hip hop and R&B episode. And this gentleman that I'm about to introduce represents the Midwest. His music is uplifting, motivational, and inspirational. His CDs, It's Complicated, Off the Ave, and It's Too Complicated, which is available right now on iTunes. And you can check out his music videos available right now on YouTube. Please help me welcome to the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Jinxs McFly. Hey, Jinx, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself? How you doing?
I'm doing fine, and you? Welcome to my podcast. Glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All righty. So, just getting out some independent artists, as we always do here on the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Special shout out to Jennifer Pierre, who recommended me to interview you on my show. So it's a pleasure. All right. So as always, America doesn't know who you are. The world doesn't know who you are. So I'm very delighted to have you here on my show. So let's get this party started.
Right.
Now, yes. Now, let's get to know you a bit. Can you tell us a little bit about your origin story? Where were you born and what type of environment did you grow up in?
Yes, sir. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. It's a Kansas City, Missouri, and it's a Kansas City, Kansas. I'm from the Missouri side. So I'm gonna let it be known, when you come to Kansas City, when people say Kansas City, it means Missouri. Please say Kansas City, Missouri, because we have a lot of artists that come down to Kansas City and they always say Kansas. It's Kansas City, Missouri. It's two different sides. You got Kansas City, Kansas, and then Kansas City, Missouri. So, but about me, I grew up pretty much off of 27 and Prospect. Um, it was a rough upbringing. Off of 27 and Prospect was a lot of drug paraphernalia as well as prostitution around my our area. It was tough growing up. I'm the fourth sibling. I got two older sisters and an older brother that's older than me, and they pretty much was around basically when my parents were working two jobs. They pretty much stepped up and made sure that we survived. We wasn't born rich, so we was on the the side of poor as well as the side of the moderate family, just trying to make ends meet.
And which high school did you go to?
I went to Bishop Hogan. It used to be a
Mhm.
private school, so that's the reason why my parents is basically working two jobs to survive, provide for my siblings as well as myself. So pretty much your parents would do anything just to make sure that you make it in the world. That's they provide and protect the children. So that's what my parents basically did. While my my three older siblings pretty much watched out for me. So yes, sir.
And which college did you go to, and what was your major in college?
My college, I actually went to Westwood. It's in Westwood College of Technology. It's in Denver, Colorado. It's no longer. So I ended up leaving when I turned 18 to go up to Denver because Kansas City it was wild. It always been wild, but it got crazy down here. So my parents was like, "Hey, we want you to get away from the wildness," because I was in the streets. I had to pretty much either pick and choose, either stay in Kansas City or go to Denver. So I ended up going to Denver because my older brother was up in Denver, and I ended up getting my electrical engineering degree as an associate's degree. So and then after that, I ended up coming back to Kansas City and going to DeVry and getting my bachelor's degree in network communication as well as management, as well as I got my master's in computer science.
And when you were young, who did you want to be when you grow up?
I wanted to be someone that was inspirational, honestly. You know, whether it was because I come from a background of my grandfather, Nick Haywood Sr. He was a boxer. Uh, he was under Greg Kleiss, Bubba Kleiss. They call him Bubba Kleiss, and he was a icon in the city. And pretty much, I seen the inspiration and motivation that he did. He put in toward the children of Kansas City to get them off the streets. Because I mean, back then, like I said, it was pretty tough growing up in Kansas City. Especially after the riots and stuff like that, and during 1968. So yeah, he was basically trying to uplift the inner community as well as the black community. So
Now, how old were you when you started rapping and writing songs?
I was 8 years old. Honestly, 8 years old. I started, basically with poetry. You know, me and my older cousin, we used to get on like a little recorder and you know try to say
Like the tape recorder back then?
a little tape recorder. Yes, sir. A Walkman. Yeah. Yes,
Mhm.
sir. So
Now that you are a rapper, do you feel like being a rapper was your calling?
yes, and the reason being is because it's a way for me to express as well as a way for me to project what's going on in the inner community, not just about gun violence, but just about it's more to the inner community than just gun violence. It's love, it's inspiration, it's certain things that we grew up on that it's a story that is willing to be told and needs to be told. That every black person is not a thug or a convict or a criminal. We experience. I mean, we love just as well as anybody else. We have feelings as well. We even though we seeing different things and seeing different perspective of our community, doesn't mean that we necessarily have to be that way, because we are a product of our environment. But at the same time, we have to be able to change that narrative to the world, because some people don't see us as, they only see what's on TV.
Yes. Now, growing up, who were some of your favorite rappers?
My favorite rapper: Tupac, Nas, Biggie, Jay-Z, of course, Eminem. A lot of people don't give him the credit. Beastie Boys, Rakim, EPMD, Chuck D, Flavor Flav, Ice Cube. The list go on. E40, Too Short. I mean, I have a list of them. UGK, A Ball, MJG. I'm pretty much well rounded. Even Ti, 50 Cent, Drake, Kendrick. I listen to everything, honestly, even different genres. I like Prince. I like Michael Jackson, of course. I even listen to ACDC. Sometimes even a lot of people don't give the man the credit, but George Clinton and the P
Hmm.
Funk. Ron Osley, we got to give him his flowers, as well as we got to actually give Willie Hutch
Hmm.
his flowers as well, even though he passed on. So
And who were your musical influences that had inspired you to rap and write?
I would say Tupac, because he was more inspirational, and even though he wasn't lyrical, he spoke what was on his mind, as well as on and off of the mic. He just wasn't just speaking about it. He actually was out there with the people. So that's why I have a lot of, especially a lot of respect for him.
Now, how would you describe your sound since you're originally from the Midwest? How would you describe your sound in hip hop?
I would just describe it as a groove. It's a groove. It's a catchy groove slash hip up tempo beat.
Mhm. It's kind of like up tempo with mixing in with something positive,
Yes.
very motivational.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Mhm. Now, how did you come up with the name Jinx McFly?
Funny story. Okay, so this is during the time I ended up moving back from Denver to Kansas City. I used to pretty much catch the Greyhound up to Denver, because during that time I didn't have that much money. So the best way to travel it was either Greyhound or the train. And so I ended up catching the Greyhound up to go visit my brother. I used to go visit him from time to time. And pretty much what ended up transpiring is the bus was basically sounding kind of ragged. I said, "Yeah, this bus is about to break down." And everybody was like, "Don't say that! Don't say that! You gonna jinx us!" Boom! It broke down. So when it broke down, I said, "Jinx, jinx, jinx, jinx." So I ended up coming up with that name, Jinx and McFly, is actually from the movie, Back to the Future. And what a lot of people don't know is pretty much it's kind of like a double entendre. You know, his dad actually, if you seen the movie, his dad pretty much was, he ended up altering basically the past, which reflected his future, which
Mhm.
was, to me, it's kind of like, if you can go back and change what you have jinxed, how could you? What would
Mhm.
you do?
Wow. Every time I was thinking about Jinx, I was thinking about the other Jinx, the cat from the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, Pixie and Dixie, those two twin mouses, and Jinx. But his was spells with a
Okay,
Jinks. So
yeah,
that's the one that I knew growing up watching those Hanna-Barbera cartoons, me growing up back then.
and
And
actually, not to cut you out. Actually, it's a I think it's a DJ named Jinx that actually worked with Ice Cube. That's how much I'm like pretty much into music. Yeah.
Now, I got a chance to check out your music videos on YouTube, which includes We Up, It's Complicated,
Mhm.
Money, Good Day, and KC Groove, and Make It Home. Please share with our audience on what those songs and audio music videos are all about.
Okay, We Up is actually anthem. That's for pretty much letting the world know that Kansas City is we are coming to let them know. Like what Andre 3K said, the South got something to say. Kansas City has something to say. So we up next. That's what that's for, to let the world know that we up, we coming. It's up and coming. A lot of artists from Kansas City that are doing a lot of big things. So we're next, and it's complicated. It's complicated is actually about pretty much how a man and a woman actually pretty much get into a situation where they no longer know how to deal with each other. So it's making it basically it's complicated for them to communicate with each other. So if you listen to that song, I'm actually doing the man's part and the woman's part. The first part is the man, and the second part is the woman. Basically, actually, pretty much arguing with each other, and letting them know that basically it's complicated. So with certain things that we go through in life, money money is basically something that we all thrive to get. It's pretty much is now it's a necessity. I ain't gonna say it's a need. It's more of a necessity in order for us to live in life. So I made that as pretty much just something to where that's something that we always strive for to get more money. And sometimes it ain't always about the money. Sometimes it's just about just living your life. Good day. I actually was a spin on Ice Cube. Today was a good day. Basically, I come from a big, well-known family, and big family. My grandpa had 10 to 12 siblings himself, and he had 10 to 12 kids. So, with that being said, basically, I made that video surrounding my family, which I wanted to show that, in order for us to make it through the things that we're going through in life, you got to surround yourself, even though it's sometimes the negativity of the world can make it feel like it's you're not seeing a brighter day. Well, whenever you wake up, it's always a good day because a lot of people don't get to make it to see another day. And I always tell people, I want everybody to have a great day. And if you can't, have a good day on purpose. So that's what I always say whenever I talk to people. KC Groove is more like it's a groove anthem. This for Kansas City as far as what we do as far as we when we basically we kind of got our style, a little bit of style from California. They call us the California cousins. We call our cousins of California because a lot of people from California did migrate to Kansas City back in the 70s and 80s. A lot of people don't know that. That's during the Reagan era. So of course, yeah, that's what pretty much we got that style from. So that's what I kind of interpret that with. Make It Home is basically that's an actual true story. I ain't gonna speak on it too much, but I'm gonna just say I know some people that I know that pretty much it was cousins that ended up getting into it, and one was pretty much jealous of the other, and ended up one of the cousins ended up losing his life, and basically it was pretty much it's a it's a
Is
story.
it kind of like Cain and Abel
Yeah,
type?
it's Cain and Abel. It's Cain and Abel, and basically I'm basically pretty much telling how it went, pretty much. So,
Mm.
and but yeah, it was. His mom was worried about if everybody's mother, I'm gonna say, want to make sure that you make it home. That's
Mm.
why in the song it says, "Mama praying that you make it home." You know,
Right.
so
Now, let's talk about your other song, AOC. I was like, wait a minute, AOC? That's my congresswoman representing the NYC, the Boogie Down Bronx and Queens, AOC. That's Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So that's why they named her Congresswoman
yeah,
AOC.
okay,
Now, what does that song mean and what is it all about?
okay. So AOC is actually mean it's the acronym for ahead of the curve. So growing up, my father used to always say, you got to stay ahead of the curve. And what he basically was saying was, hey, If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ahead of that curve. So whenever life throw you a curveball, you got to know how to juggle it and direct it the way that you need to, improve it. So that's the reason why I call it a head of the curve. Got to stay ahead of the curve.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for letting me know because every time I look at these abbreviations, and back then we didn't have no abbreviations, but just the names. But now I see all this stuff on my flip phone and my Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Who came up with these abbreviations? I'm like, man, can't you just go back to the way it used to be? Back then, how about saying the whole thing and not saying that? And that's why I had to ask you that
Yeah,
AOC,
that's
that,
what it
yo,
stands for.
that's my congresswoman, AOC, representing the Bunnydale Bronx. Yeah, so I had to ask you about that. Now, speaking of that, will you be doing any collaborations with any other artists in the year, I should say, in the future months ahead or at the end of the year is out?
That's my goal. My goal is to pretty much work with a couple of people, especially in the Midwest. Some people, especially in Kansas City. I'm gonna work with a couple of artists here, as well as I'm willing to work with anybody actually, if they willing to work with me. That's it.
Mm. Now, here's a question that I always ask my guests: living or dead, which artist you wish you wanted to meet or to perform with?
You already know who I'm gonna say. Tupac. A lot of people would, would want to see, him back. Honestly, because, or I mean, it's a couple of artists. I'm not just gonna say him. I even say Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, Prince. I mean, it's probably even Pimp C. Yeah, Pimp C was Pimp C. It's a lot of artists that is dead and gone. That if I could, I would love to work with them. But at the top of the list, I would say probably Tupac Shakur. So,
Mm, righty. Now, here on the Black Soul Music Experience, I always ask my guests who are the top 10 R&B black artists of all time. So since I have you, Jinx, and since this is a hip hop and R&B episode, we're going to be doing the Black Soul Music Experience top 10 R&B artists of all time. Now, here's how it works.
okay,
We do it like a top 10 countdown, like the show America's Top 10 hosted by the late Casey Kasem. We
oh,
start at the bottom five. So we'll find out who was the best artist of all time, but didn't get any recognition. In other words, they were on that major record label, but what the record label they were on didn't get their LPs marketed or promoted properly. When we get to the top five, we'll find out who was the best million selling artist of all time. Did that artist receive those top 10 number one hits? Did their song or the artist that performed it have received a gold or a platinum or double platinum or triple platinum or today's diamond platinum? Did that artist receive a Grammy or an American Music Award or a Soul Train Award or an MTV VMA Award or a BET Award? Did that artist got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Or did that artist performed on American Bandstand or Soul Train or The Midnight Special or NBC's Saturday Night Live or Solid Gold? Or did they have their music video which was either aired on BET or MTV or VH1 or any other local video shows across the country? Did that artist perform their own prime time special, whether it's on CBS or NBC or ABC, or did they had their special on PBS, whether it's great performances or just the special during Pledge Month, or did they had that live concert special aired on HBO or Showtime? So, Jinx, are you ready to take the challenge?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, and if you get stuck, I'll help you out or just fill in the blanks. That's what they always say.
Okay.
Alrighty, Who should be at number 10?
Um, I would say number 10. We're going back. I would say probably E40.
Yes, E40. We haven't heard from him that much, but I've seen a couple of music videos from him, and yes, he appeared in a couple of movies. I remember the movie back in the year 2000 called Three Strikes,
Mm-hmm.
which starred Brian Hooks and George Wallace and Antonio Fargas and then Bushe Wright. That
Yes.
was the movie that I loved that had me laughing.
And some people
So
don't know that Mike Epps is in there.
oh, okay. I
Kimmy.
think I remember Mike Epps
He was
or
he was the guy
something.
he was the guy in
In the Friday,
he was in
yes,
the barber shop with the cowboy
yes.
on dancing in that movie.
Yes. Yes, so we'll put E40 at number 10. Who should be at number 9?
Number 9, let's say I say Chameleonaire.
Ah, yes, Chameleonaire. Okay. We haven't heard from that artist in a while, so we'll put Chameleonaire at number 9. Who should be at number 8?
Number 8, I would say I'm gonna go with Scarface.
Ah, yes, Scarface. I remember Scarface when he was a member of the Ghetto Boys back
Yes,
in 1992 with their song Mind Playing Tricks on Me. I
yes,
still got that cassette single when you had Scarface and Willie D and Bushwick Bill, who
yep,
actually really was got shot and everything. So they had that picture of them. So they put that for that record single out and everything. So after when the group parted ways, Scarface went on to do solo, and including the song says, "I never seen a man cry till I see the man dies." So I saw that music video and that other one, Money and the Power. So those are the ones that that I love. So that's the Scarface that I do. And ladies and gentlemen, not to be confused with the movie Scarface that
yes.
had Al Pacino, who played Tony
Right.
Scarface Montana. So we wanted to let the audience know about who's the rapper and compare that to the 1983 movie Scarface. So we'll put the rapper Scarface, formerly of the Ghetto Boys, at number 8. Who should be at number 7?
Number 7, I would say I'm gonna go to the East Coast and I'm gonna go with um, Big Pun.
Ah, yes, Big Pun representing the Boogie Down Bronx, New York. And yes, he's best known for his song, including I Don't Wanna Be a Player No More. I'm not a player, I just crush a lot. And yes, representing the Boogie Down Bronx, New York. He had a few songs back in the late 90s, but sadly he passed away at an early age. So when I hear those two songs, I'll be at the clubs on Friday night to the after work parties. So he'll be best remembered for those two songs. So rest in peace to Big Pun representing the Boogie Down Bronx, and we'll put him at number 7. Who should be at number 6?
I'm gonna go with Cube, Ice Cube.
Ah, yes, representing the West Coast, Ice Cube, former member of NWA, co founder of NWA. They're best known for their controversial hit, F the Police, and all of that stuff. It's some of the songs that they will not play on network radio or sometimes or mostly on network television. Most of it be a little afraid. But when he got to some other songs and everything, but when Ice Cube was a member of NWA, there was an episode on VH1's Behind the Music about the
Hmm.
group and how come each rapper would do their productivity, but then didn't get any payment for those songs. So that causes Ice Cube to leave. So
Yes.
then when he went on his own, he had a couple of some hits back in the late 90s, but then by Oh my goodness. By 1992, he had a song called Steady Mobbin', and
Mhm.
this other music video was called Be True to the Game. Now, this was the music video I was listening to. Oh my goodness. You seen brothers hanging out with outside they race, forgetting about whence they came from, not giving back to the hood from which you came from. So that was the video that I would like be true to the game. It tells a story about that music video. And the other one that I like, today was a good day. Every time I hear that video and that song, I always like the intro. Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, the days look seems a kind of odd. No barking from the dog, no smog, and mama's cooking breakfast with no
Oh,
hog. I got my bill dog that I didn't pick out, call about the beeper, and that's about to sit out. Picking up for the stop by the theme why I may not live another 24. I got a card, it's styled with a heel drop, and I can make it switch. I can make it all drop. Much to the scene at the red light, no better than not a jacker in sight, and everything is all right. I got a call from Kim, and we can do it all night.
and
Oh my goodness.
actually,
Love that intro.
Amy is actually his wife.
Yeah. Mm. Love that intro and its sequel. Better check yourself before you wreck yourself. I was like, man, you got into the end of that music video and then got into the sequel. Oh man, I was like, what's going on here? So those are the songs that I like, and not only that, he made his acting debut in 1991 with that movie Boys in the Hood,
Wasn't Hood, yeah.
and also Barbershop and his
Right.
sequels, and his other movie that he wrote and directed called The Players Club,
Mm.
which had an all-star cast. You had Lisa Ray, you had Monica Calhoun, the late Bernie Mac,
Yes, sir.
and a cameo appearance by Luke, and so many others. So he did some other things, including that movie Are We There Yet, which was the movie and then later became a TV series. So Ice Cube had done it all. He raps, he writes and directs and everything. So we'll put Ice Cube at number 6. And yeah, he and Dr. Dre got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the class of 2014. So we'll put Ice Cube at number 6. All right, we're up to the top 5. Who should be at number 5?
I'm gonna say Ti.
Ah, yes, T.I. representing the ATL, who'd be best known for the song You Can Do Whatever You Like. Yeah, love that song. And he always gives back to the community. So we'll put T.I. at number 5. Who should be at number 4?
I'm gonna go with Ludacris. My
Ah, yes,
fire.
Ludacris. Yes, representing the Dirty South, best known for that song. So move, psh, get out the way, get out the way, yo, get out the way. And some of his best songs that I like and everything. And not only that, he also acts in movies. He'll be best remembered for the Fast and the Furious franchise. And yeah, he appeared in some commercials, including State Farm and other things. So we'll put Luda at number 4. And he also made some appearances with Jamie Foxx for that song Unpredictable, the remix. So we'll put Ludacris at number 4. Who should be at number 3?
Number 3, I'm gonna go with Andre.
Andre 3000?
Yes, sir.
Outcast. Yes.
Yes.
Andre 3000, formerly of Outcast. Now, Outkast came on the scene back in the late 90s, but when they had that separate LP called The Speaker Above, The Down Below,
Boxing.
Andre did his thing. He's best known for that song, Hey Yo. I would never knew that they would do like separate LPs and won them a Grammy Award for Best Album. So we'll put Andre 3000 at number 3. We're
Yes.
up to number 2.
Number two, Nas.
Yes, Nas, representing the Queensbridge section of Queens, New York. Nas came on the scene back in the mid 90s with this song, The World Is This, The World Is Yours, The World Is Mine. And yeah, he had his other one, including If I Rule the World, with special guest Lauryn Hill. And he did some other tunes as well. So we'll put Nas representing Queensbridge section of Queens, New York at number 2. All right, who should be at number 1?
Tupac.
Yes, Tupac. Tupac Shakur. He's a rapper, actor, activist.
Yes.
And he went out to the West Coast, joined Digital Underground, and then by the mid 90s, he went on his own with his debut song called Brenda's Got a Baby. And let me tell you, that song had a social message. And it's dealing with what we're seeing now with so many of our young ladies, either they're adopting their children or the other way around. I don't want to get into that, but he had a message to send out to all of our brothers and sisters. And other songs he had was I Ain't Mad at Ya. Because when I saw the video, he knew that was going to be
He's
dying someday. But the best song that I liked was called Dear Mama. And that song was playing on every Mother's Day. And he wrote that song after, while he was in prison, for sexual charge and everything. So he wrote that song in prison. And yes, they did the music video, although he was in some clips from other music videos, and we saw his late mother, Afeni Shakur. So he wrote that song in dedicating to his mom. So that song, Dear Mama, on his LP, We Against the World, has been approved by the National Recording Registry at the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C., for its creativity and excellence. So you know that song was getting the best airplay ever, not only on Mother's Day, but every day. So we'll put Tupac, rapper, actor, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee for the class of 2008. And I was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum for the first time in 2018. I've seen all the names and Tupac there too. So we'll put Tupac Shakur at number 1. And there we have it, our top 10 hip hop artists of all time. Well, Jinx, it's been a pleasure talking with you on the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure. Continued success on your music, and hopefully, we'll see some more music soon, whether it be on iTunes or on YouTube. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, and I appreciate you just giving me the opportunity for this interview. I appreciate it.
You welcome. Now, before we go, where can we follow you on social media?
I'm on everything. Actually, I got a link tree. It's linktree slash Jinxs McFly, and it goes to all my social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on everything, even Apple Music, Spotify. You can catch me on anything, so even YouTube. So
Okay. Download all the artists that we have talked about on this edition of the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. Visit iTunes.com, Spotify.com, or purchase a CD at Amazon.com. Make sure you follow Jinxs McFly. You can look for him on Linktree at Jinxs McFly. Look for all of his music on Apple Music, Spotify, and also follow him on Facebook and follow him on Instagram at Jinxs McFly and check out all of his videos right now streaming on YouTube. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to check out this episode, please subscribe to the Black Soul Music Experience podcast Look for me on these 5 platforms. I'm on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Pocket Cast. And the link is riverside.fm/studio/Samuel-Wilson Jr.'s. Don't forget the ADS at the end, -studio. And I will be posting this episode on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And if you have a hard time getting onto riverside.fm, then please become a member and subscribe to patreon.com/the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast, number 6. Got a computer? Then use your email address and put in your password and get to the Patreon homepage where you see all of the Patreon shows done by different creators. And make sure you go to the top and type in the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast 6. Check out all of my audio and video podcast episodes and all of the video podcast clips that you may have missed. And if you have a hard time getting on to Patreon, then I will be posting this episode on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. All you need to do is go to the YouTube homepage, go to the search box, and type in the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. If you like this episode, if you love my podcast, please subscribe, please support, please give me a thumbs up, please leave a comment, and please pass it on. Thank you for joining me as I close out this edition of the Black Soul Music Experience. Well, that's about it for this edition of the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. I'm Sam Wilson Jr. Thank you for joining me, and please tune in next week for an all-new episode. The Black Soul Music Experience Podcast is sponsored by the support of listeners and viewers like you. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Look for my podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Pocket Cast. And don't forget the link. The link is riverside.fm/studio/Samuel-Wilson Jr.'s-studio. And don't forget to check out my audio and video podcast episodes by becoming a member and subscribe to patreon.com/the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. And please check out my video podcast episodes by subscribing to youtube.com/the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. And please leave your comments, feedbacks, and replies by going to my Facebook homepage. Go to facebook.com/the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. You can also tweet me on X, aka Twitter, at Sam Wilson Jr. 66, and follow me on Instagram at SAMM.Y2980. As always, partying, remember this: reach for the top and your dreams will come true, and it can happen to you. From all of us, take care. God bless. Thanks for listening. Have a good week, and please be safe.